welcome to the City Show. I'm your host, Dr. Tom Krieger. On this week's show, we'll be checking in with Angie Smith from the Lebanon Area Chamber of Commerce. We're going to find out about the upcoming Third Friday concerts and also their annual Chamber Awards and much more. Hey, what's your vision for Lebanon 10 years from now? Well, we'll be talking with what the city has in store. They've been working on that for a year. We'll be talking about the unveiling plan with Greg Orosz. And up first, Michael Coyan, the Executive Director of the Warren County Historical Society. He's here to talk about big events coming up with the Hartman Museum. Michael, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Hey, the Beetle Cabin, that's coming together.
It's within weeks of being finished after all this time.
Give us an update.
As we speak, the cap is going on the chimney.
Okay.
The working fireplace has been completely constructed. We're starting to clear the site slowly but surely. Yeah. And in the next 2 weeks, we'll be installing floor and roofing, and we'll be ready to open and welcome visitors by the 1st of September for our Frontier Fair.
My good. Did you have a hard time finding a contractor for that job?
Well, actually, we have a contractor who's done work for Sharon Woods Village, maintains cabins throughout southern Ohio, and they have about a 50-year reputation of working on those things.
Wow.
But it's arduous and it's difficult, and we're using similar materials if materials have to be replaced, and sometimes that's difficult.
I bet they wish they had air conditioning because it's got to be hot working in that building.
Actually, once you're in the building, it's pretty cool.
Really?
It really is. It's amazing.
Wow.
And there's such a feeling of strength and stability in that cabin. It's amazing.
Now, you have a big event called the Frontier Fair to unveil the cabin on September 18th and 19th. Can you tell us what's going to happen at the fair?
There's going to be an awful lot going on. This is a fair that is family friendly. It's designed to celebrate Lebanon's founding, Warren County's founding, the end of the Northwest Territory, and the emergence of the state of Ohio. So we're focusing on the year 1795 when the cabin was built to 1840 when Glendower was built, because this event will span all of the museum's facilities and the library gazebo.
Wow.
So we're featuring a dedication ceremony on the 19th, which will include a fife and drum corps from Fort Recovery from the War of 1812, a blessing ceremony by the Native Americans, an appearance by President and Mrs. Madison, and then, of course, our generous donors to cut the ribbon.
Yeah.
Around the cabin throughout the day will be vendors. We'll have arrowhead nappers. We'll have a spinner. We'll have rope makers, rug makers, blacksmiths. We have appearances over the 2 days by Daniel Boone, Simon Kenton, Tecumseh, the Prophet. We have Three Feathers and Yellow Flower storytellers. The Lebanon train is running 2 special runs of the locomotive. Their crew will be in costume of the period.
Oh my.
And they're so generous because they know the museum suffered a severe loss during the pandemic closure, that they're giving profits to the museum for that. At Glendower, we have a Native American encampment. We have a blacksmith. We've got samples of early foods. We have roaming characters who'll be talking about the period, fur traders and trappers. We've got the Forget-Me-Not Revolutionary War era dancers in the conference center. We've got the Kentucky Hills of Kentucky Dulcimer Society doing 4 concerts. Inside the Harmon, Jack Blosser's going to be talking about Adena and Hopewell and Native American cultures in Southwest Ohio. We have storytellers there. We'll be seeing Daniel Boone and Simon Kenton giving talks in the gazebo. And it's all sponsored by the generosity of LCNB and Miami Valley Gaming. Now, we are charging to get into these 3 sites a fee for adults and families, because we're trying to offset that incredible loss the museum suffered during the closure. So it's $5 for an adult and $10 for a family of any size.
That's nice. Yeah,
and that gets you,
cause.
And it gets you into all of those sites.
You know, we've talked about the history of the Beetle Cabin before, but can you give us a little bit more history of the Beetle Cabin?
Well, the Beetle Cabin was constructed by the Beetle family, and it was the first series of cabins and a blockhouse built in what was the Symes Purchase, which is literally the first redistricting of Warren County. The trees, we had them tested dendrochronology. The trees were about that big around in 1660.
Wow.
They were then cut down in 1795 and made into these structures. And of all the structures that were at Beadle Station, 3 cabins, the blockhouse, and a church, this is the only one extant. So it is the oldest surviving structure in Warren County.
Yeah.
And we even moved the stonework so that it rests on its own foundation stones.
My goodness.
It's amazing. A small piece of oak in the wall, for instance, that's less than 6 feet long, they estimate weighs around 800 pounds.
My
It's just an amazing structure.
And just $5 gets you into the whole fair?
To the whole fair. All day long, it gets you into all sites, whether you're at Glendower or the Beadle Station, the Hartman Museum. There'll be teas being held in Glendower if you would like to take a respite from the weather.
Yeah.
There's a tomahawk demonstration. They're firing cannon, making soap. You know, it's just an amazing array of crafts from that period, 1795 to 1840.
My goodness. How do you pull all that stuff together?
Well, honestly, it happened because we hosted the Native American Drum Circle last year at Glendower, and it sort of grew like Topsy. Other people heard of the Native American Drum Circle's great experience, and they said, well, golly, we'd like to come too, and then it sort of just grew.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it timed perfectly with the cabin, and we chose September because it was in September that Lebanon was founded.
Wow. Hey, here's the other question.
Yeah.
That's going to be a great gig. I
Yeah.
imagine there's probably going to be an after party at your place with all these wonderful characters. What time does that get started? If it does, or am I sharing something we shouldn't talk about?
No. I think
I bet you have some interesting parties because all these people are probably your friends.
Well, it's an amazing array of people, and they all add something so amazing. But one hears about it, and then the next will call and say, "Can we participate?" I had a lady who's a Cherokee call me from Highland County, and she's going to be coming over, and she's selling small pots of Native American herbs and shaker herbs.
Wow.
So everything just kept embroidering on the idea.
I think the only thing missing from that whole fair are clowns, but that's a whole different topic.
We're not
we won't
gonna
get
go
into
there,
that.
no.
Hey, let's talk about the Lebanon Antique Show.
Yes,
that
indeed.
has a new date, and that's right around the corner.
Right.
When's the show?
The show is on September 11th and 12th.
Still at the fairgrounds?
Still at the fairgrounds. We decided when we had an opportunity, because of scheduling, to go ahead and take that fair date, or take that date at the fairgrounds in September.
Yeah.
Traditionally, we've done the last weekend in January, and I can't tell you how miserable it was for our staff and our porters and the vendors to move things in and out in ice storms, and it's inclement weather. And when I was a boy, which was a long time ago, the antique show was in the fall.
Yeah.
And to me, we're returning to what we did before.
Nice.
The vendors come from over 14 states in the United States, from New England all the way to Missouri and all the way to Louisiana. They're excited about coming in this good weather.
Yeah.
George Stengel's going to do the catering for us for up there, so if you want a bite to eat when you're visiting the antique show. But it's exciting, and even in this pall of the pandemic, we've had incredible acceptance by the vendors. They're excited about coming. We are, I believe, the oldest, if not the oldest, we are the second oldest continuous antique show in the state of Ohio.
Do we have any participants who have stores in town, or are they all outside?
A lot of them, we do have a couple people who don't have stores in town, but who do travel the antique show circuit all over the United States, and some of them are participating as well.
I imagine that could be a good thing if you have something you think is of value at home.
Well,
bring it down there, take a picture of it.
They're always looking.
And check with those experts.
Those vendors are always looking, and they're always willing to provide help. So it's really quite a fun thing. And what I like, John Wannett, who is our show manager, manages shows from Texas all the way, as I say, to Boston and up into New England, into Maine even. John looks for quality.
Yeah.
And so he trusts these vendors, and he knows that what they're selling is not quote-unquote craft.
Okay.
This is an antique show with some expertise in every booth.
So are there some things that are brought that they don't want to sell? It's just like, this is just an amazing piece. We want you to be able to see it. Are there things that you're looking forward to seeing that you can share with our audience?
Well, I mean, there's such a wide variety. Paintings, of course, beautiful furniture. The thing is, under one roof, you see such a wide variety of styles and craftsmanship from all periods. So there's Victorian, there's early, there's Empire furniture.
Nice.
There's some Shaker. You have glassware and ceramics. So it's quite broad. I just wish we had the deep pockets to be able to buy so many things that we need to fill out the collections in the museum.
And I think the information on the TV, it said there, the admission is it $8?
It's $8, and then if you have one of our mailers, you can get in for $2 cheaper. Wow. You can get in for $6.
Now, is this something you'd recommend for the whole family, even youngsters coming around?
Absolutely, because there's always a learning experience there, and there are booths that have a lot of things that, you know, there's an antique toy booth. Okay. That in itself is amazing.
Wow.
Of course, some of the antiques, sadly, are toys I played with.
Yeah.
But so you never know. Time keeps going forward.
Hey, how does the Historical Society benefit from hosting the antique show?
Well, we receive the admissions at the gate, and then, of course, there is a booth fee that's paid by the vendors. That is part of their cost at participating in our show. We do the marketing. We provide all of the tables and all of the necessaries that they need to set up. And the porters to move things in and out. Because a lot of people, when they go to an antique show and they buy an object and maybe it's a little too large to fit in the car or whatever, we have porters who can help them.
That's nice. Is it standard custom to tip your porter?
Well, it probably would help you get things in a little better.
Instead of throwing
just like any good porter, sure.
Tip them before they throw it in the car.
That's right.
That's funny. Do we need to buy tickets in advance? Because that sounds like a...
No, tickets are available at the door.
Okay.
And usually there's no problem with that. And as I said, we have a good staff of volunteers to help people.
Nice.
And we're looking forward to people welcoming us back into September.
Nice. And is there room for more vendors? Are you filled up?
John told me that he had room for 2 more.
Okay. Wow.
Which means Building C is completely filled.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we have the Bing Davis art exhibit at the museum. That's opening today.
No, it's tomorrow night.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's free.
Forgive me. Who is Bing Davis? Is that Bing Crosby's cousin?
No. Willis Bing Davis is 87 years old. He is one of America's premier African-American artists.
Okay.
He has been celebrated in everything from the National African-American Museum in New York and in Washington. He has served on college boards. He has an international reputation. And Bing and I have been friends on and off for over 30 years, both as colleagues at university, and then me just admiring his work and his dynamic. Bing played basketball with one of our board members. He's an extremely tall man and very proud of his African heritage. One of the amazing things, and I tell this story because it is such a true story, when Bing came down to the Hartman, he stood in my office with his hands on the mantel viewing the painting or the photograph of Mr. Hartman. He sat down and he pulled out of his bag 2 1920s Hartman Foundation exhibitions of African American art that Mr. Hartman sponsored in Harlem in the 20s.
Oh, wow.
And he opened those as though he was going back in time.
Yeah.
And he said to me, Michael, when I was a little boy in South Carolina, this is what inspired me to go into art. He said, this is one of the last shows I'll probably be doing, and I want to do this in honor of William Elmer Hartman and all he did for African-American artists in the United States.
That's huge.
Which is tremendous. And we loaded that show in, and it is just a stunner. There's no other word to describe it.
Are things going to be for sale there or just display?
They are all for sale.
Oh my.
And there's a wide range. He works in oil pastel, he works in ceramics, there are African masks, he works in photography, he works in mixed media. It's just an incredible array, and it's vibrant and alive. And it is just a wonderful show. And Bing will be there to greet people.
And how long is that exhibit going to be on display?
The show will last until the 24th of September.
Okay.
And after that, then we have a 2-week lull, or about a 3-week lull, and we'll be hanging the show in honor and in a retrospective of Gary Simendinger.
Okay, good.
Our
Wonderful
own departed
man.
Artist who was an incredible force in the world of art in Lebanon and Warren County.
Touched a lot of lives too.
Indeed. So we're looking forward to these 2 wonderful shows back to back.
Now, his wife Connie, did she donate all that stuff?
Connie's going to be loaning.
Okay.
Hoping we'll get. We do have a lot of Gary's work in our collection that's been donated, but I know that Connie's been working on a book on Gary's life.
Oh my!
And if the book is ready, she will probably go ahead and, rather than do a whole series of prints available to people, there may be a wonderful book that will give you the photographs of the images of all the marvelous things that he's created. He created in his life.
Well, I'm sure that's going to be wonderful because she's an amazing gal.
Oh, just tremendous. They all are, and the family is incredibly talented. Both of the girls, I think their father would be very proud of both the girls.
That's nice for them to hear that.
Exactly.
What else is coming up with the Historical Society?
Well, we have a Lunch and Learn on August the 18th, and Randy Overbeck will be here talking about his book, Blood on the Chesapeake, and I think Crimson at the Cape. So he's doing a presentation of both of those works. We're very excited about that. And just so much going on. We are and have completed, as of 2 days ago, History Walk, which winds from Broadway to our new entrance in the back. We will soon be installing perennials and benches along the way. And if you're interested in putting your name on a History Walk paver, you can go to our website, and there they are. Nice. So become part of history. And it's just a beautiful space.
You got so much going on. How do people keep up with the events? Is that the website also?
The website is the best. And our problem is finding the time to do everything. As I was mentioning to you prior to the show, we just received the donation of a 19th century ice cream parlor that just came in today. So we're trying to figure out now where, how, when do we have the time, but it's a wonderful challenge.
Yeah, some ice cream would be very good on a day like today, Mike. You could have, it would have melted by the time you got here. But hey, let's recap the dates. The Frontier Fair is
September 18 and 19 from 10 until 4.
Beautiful. And the Antique Show?
The Antique Show is on the 11th and 12th.
Beautiful. Is there anything else that we need to go over?
No, I think we've covered, and I certainly hope that people participate. We wanted this fair not to be so, there will be music, there will be flutists and all sorts of wandering people telling stories, you know, here and there. But we want it to be a family-friendly event, and we want it to be educational. Nice. What was Lebanon and Warren County like in that wonderful period, 1795 to 1840, when everything was getting going, and the Golden Lamb was going from a log structure to a brick structure?
My goodness. Well, thank you to you and your wonderful team.
Thank you.
Appreciate you having you on. We'll be back with Angie Smith from the Chamber of Commerce right after this break.
Break your fast food habit at Kelly's Meats and Deli at 1001 West Main Street in Lebanon. Stop in for a quick lunch featuring made-to-order sandwiches, tasty sides, and mouth-watering daily specials. For dinner, Kelly's offers fresh-cut steaks, chops, and seafood, plus a variety of prepared dishes that only need to be reheated. You'll also find a large selection of high-quality wine and beer that can make any meal a special event. Kelly's Meats and Deli open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, now open for dinner Saturdays 6 to 9 p.m. And remember, we cater too.
Since 1954, Hardy's Interiors has been providing quality furnishings for homes in and around Lebanon, Ohio. Today, you'll still find quality antique and vintage furniture along with new made-in-America furniture of all styles. At Hardy's, you can create a mix of furniture and accessories that truly reflects your personality, all made to last a lifetime. Designers are welcome, and so are you. Hardy's Interiors at 208.5 Wright Avenue or online at hardysinteriors.com.
An auto accident is a terrible thing to encounter. Oftentimes people look to getting their car taken care of, but they forget to take care of their body. At Lebanon Chiropractic and Fitness, that's what we do. We take care of your body with chiropractic adjustments, therapeutic massage, and therapeutic exercise. So if you've been involved in a vehicular collision, call our office at 933-9799 so we can take care of the body that counts.
Call now to schedule your free initial consultation, 933-9799. Your hometown source, the Lebanon Channel, is now on YouTube.
I know how fortunate I am.
Just search City of Lebanon, Ohio to connect with everything that's happening right here.
And that's going to be an exciting part about this walking tour.
Subscribe to receive exclusive local content available only on the Lebanon Channel.
Wow, Neil Armstrong's coming to my launch. I was so excited about that.
That's the City of Lebanon, Ohio, now on YouTube.
That's what makes this Lebanon, Ohio a great place to live.
Yeah. Hey, the Lebanon Area Chamber of Commerce has been busy this summer with their Third Friday events, networking opportunities, training programs, and much more. Here to take a break from all that, not really, you never take a break, is Angie Smith, the Executive Director. Angie, welcome back. And
thank you.
Madison Hartman is here, yeah. and you're an intern.
I am.
Yeah, well, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm real excited to help Angie out a little bit, take some work off her plate, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, she's got a lot of stuff going on. If anybody needs an assistant, Angie does.
Exactly.
I don't know how you guys do all that stuff. As we recorded this show, you had 2 more Third Fridays coming up on August 20th and September 17th. The Catalina Wine Mixer Band is featured on the 20th. What kind of music do they play?
So they are a yacht rock, 70s, 80s type of music. They played last year.
Okay.
They brought in a
What did you call
crowd.
that? Yacht rock?
Yacht rock.
I've never heard of that.
Neither.
Yeah.
But it's you know, it's a lot of fun music.
Music on? You play on a yacht?
Yes.
That's why.
So like what you would hear, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you must be doing well on your yacht. Anyway, go ahead.
Yes. We also have, as everyone knows, you know, June and July. July was totally canceled. So the band that was going to be the feature band in July is actually going to also play in August. DAT band, D-A-T band.
Okay.
And so we're going to have 2 featured bands.
Yeah.
A Catalina Wine Mixer band plays from 9 to 11, and DAT band plays from 6:30 to 8:30.
I thought you were going to say from 11 till 1. We're getting crazy downtown.
We're staying out late in downtown Lebanon.
That's
but
good. We might get some complaints if we went too loud that long. Besides music, what else is available at the Third Friday party?
So we have several different food vendors, like we've always had. We have, of course, our beer selection. We also have a new and exciting opportunity is Buzz Bowl Creamery.
Okay.
It's the ice cream that's infused with different types of alcohol, whatever kind of alcohol that you want. So they're going to be here next Friday for that. We also have 4 different local breweries that will bring some of their beer, Common Beer, Cartridge Brewing, Saunders, and Narrow Path.
I like to hear some of the names of those concoctions.
Yeah.
You know, as far as the ice cream concoctions.
I know.
I bet they're very creative. Yeah. That should be fun. I'm assuming this is a family event. It's okay to bring the kids down or not getting too... It is a safe event. Do they have anything for the kids?
We do.
Yeah.
So we actually have a magician, and I think I have the juggler guys coming back. And we have face painting. So one section...
That's always a hit for the kids,
They will have an opportunity, because we want the kids, we want the whole family to come down and, you know, provide things for the kids to do. They'll be closer to the... down on Broadway, but close enough to the music and tables where families can... Their kids can still play in a safe place, and the parents can still listen, you know, to the bands.
That's awesome.
But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So how does the Third Friday serve the business community in Lebanon?
So this is going on, what, 12 years, 13 years since Third Friday has been a part of our community. And the main reason it ever started was to bring people down to our downtown, to get people to come check out our businesses, see what we have going on. You know, whether the businesses are open or not, they can window shop.
Yeah.
Getting them to come to Lebanon, even our community, getting them to come and see what we have going on. It was also a chance for people to, if you will, stop leaving Lebanon to find something fun to do.
Yeah.
So it's just always kind of been the thing, and we've continued to grow.
I think it's nice having it on a Thursday. You're not competing. Yeah. How do the other towns find out about it? Is that on the website?
It is.
Okay.
Website and Facebook. It were pretty much our two main information sources.
Now, with last month's being canceled, I'm sure you're assuming this one's going to be a yeehaw party.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I don't want to jinx myself, but yeah.
Make sure you get out to that. The annual Chamber of Commerce Awards ceremony is coming up next month, and right now you're accepting nominations. Who can nominate somebody for that?
Anyone.
Okay.
Anyone in this community, or not in this community, can nominate a chamber business. We have 9 different awards, and they can nominate
what
their own self.
What are the categories, Angie?
I knew you were going to ask me that. So I don't know that I can list them all off the top of my head, because we've added some new ones, but it's Business of the Year, Small Business of the Year, Innovative Award, we have Ambassador of the Year Award, we have...
Jump in there, Madison. This is your chance to shine, baby.
You remember those awards?
I got nothing. I'm just your assistant.
You got to leave a little suspense.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that was a good one.
Give them a reason to go looking for it.
Okay.
Because when you're on there, you might as well just make a nomination.
That's true. One is the school, community partners with the school. Because, we have a lot of good businesses. Well, we have phenomenal businesses, but we have a lot of businesses who really work with the schools a lot. And we want to acknowledge them and celebrate them. So we do have 9 awards.
Oh, my goodness.
I'll remember that if I can remember the name.
And do you have to be a chamber member to nominate somebody? Is this strictly so anybody can?
Anybody can nominate.
Okay.
But they do have to be a chamber business.
Okay.
That they're nominating.
Okay.
Which a majority of Lebanon is. They are chamber members. So yeah, and if they're not, that might be a great opportunity to have them join the chamber.
So once they win something, is that it? They can't win it again, or do they win year after year after? Because I know there's some businesses out there that are just so amazing, and they need not that they need an award, because they don't. That's not why they're doing it, but they definitely earn an award every year. So how do you spread the wealth? How do you share it if you got somebody who's just so dominant?
So we typically don't do consecutive years.
That's good.
I'm not going to say that never will be the case, because there may be a business that it is what it is, and they speak volumes for that particular award. Since I've been with the chamber, we have not had any that were consecutive winners.
Okay.
We do have a lot of nominations.
And
you need to get your business. Your business needs to be nominated.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
You just nominated me.
Yeah,
thank you.
I'll get that filled out.
When's the awards ceremony?
It is September 30th.
Okay.
And we're really excited this year. We're always excited to celebrate our businesses, but it will be at the Event Center, Warren County Fairgrounds.
Okay.
Normally we have had it at Miami Valley Gaming, but due to their restrictions, they just weren't comfortable yet allowing outside people to have events, which is totally fine. So we were able to use the Event Center here.
Oh, and it's beautiful.
So,
yeah, it can definitely accommodate that. So who can attend, and how does someone get a ticket for that?
Anyone can attend. We encourage, all those to come and celebrate.
Nice.
This year more so, I feel like, than ever, because we're celebrating you made it through 2020, and that's huge.
Yeah.
So we want as many people. We are locked in at 400, because that's all that the event center will hold. So, but it doesn't, anybody can attend. You can get tickets from our website. You can, it's under events, and then click on annual dinner, and it'll take you right there to it.
Is that a semi-formal type event?
Black tie optional.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Now the chamber also offers a number of networking and training opportunities for its members. Let's shift gears and talk about the Chamber and what they do. Can you give us a few examples of those?
So we actually just had coffee with the Chamber today.
Okay.
And now that things have gotten better with COVID, we are back on the road, if you will, and we're able to go to business locations to let the business show off. You know, this is what their business looks like. This is what they do. So today we were at Hidden Valley Orchard.
Okay.
And then we actually had a nonprofit organization speak, which was the Optimist Club. So we try to get out into the businesses so we can support them, and also give them an opportunity, our other members as well, an opportunity to share what they do, you know, somewhat in person. So, and that's really with anything. We have Chamber Chat. That is an opportunity for more of a roundtable discussion. Each month it varies. Like we have a nonprofit roundtable discussion coming up this month. One month we do city updates. One month it is county updates. And then, you know, the other month will be kind of like what's the hot topic? What is it that businesses want to hear? So it kind of gives, and that is open to anybody. But it's that time to ask those questions, get involved, a little smaller.
So do you see mentoring kind of take place with businesses? People are able to learn from each other, and I imagine the fellowship and the friendship, that's got to be fun. What other benefits to the Chamber could you share with us? Anything else that we might not have touched on? As far as a benefit, why should someone join the Chamber?
You know, from networking to visibility to the benefits, from health benefits to promotion, advocacy, really, without us, can you sustain? Probably so, but can you grow even bigger with our help?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we're not, my whole thought is we are not your cookie cutter chamber. We mold to what your business needs. So, you know, depending on what that area is, whether it's marketing or networking or health benefits, we want to be able to tailor to that.
Maddie, how's your internship been? Have you had fun?
It's going great. I was actually going to add something to what she said too.
Please.
With the Chamber networking events.
Yeah.
Something I've noticed is just a lot of connections being made.
Yeah.
So for example, you'll get one business or nonprofit coming in looking for volunteers. We have this event coming up. We really need volunteers. Anyone that can help or donate, we could really use it. And then you have some businesses and nonprofits who come in and they're like, we're looking for volunteer opportunities.
Yeah.
So any opportunities that anyone knows of where we can come help out, donate, we have these resources. And I've seen a lot of those connections being made, and I thought that's really cool.
So what do you pull down, about 100 G's for this internship?
Not yet.
What do you get? You get they really drop it. You volunteer your time, don't you?
Yeah. But it's been really valuable for me just getting the experience. And I've been born and raised in Lebanon, went here for all through high school, middle school. So I love the chance to invest back in the community. Just seeing familiar faces everywhere, watching the community thrive even after the pandemic. It's been really valuable to me. So I would say that's the best thing I've taken away from it so far.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's our future mayor right there, 10 years from now.
She has been a huge asset.
Yeah, it's encouraging to just listen to young people who have their stuff together. You know, I ain't going to do that. They ain't paying me. That's stupid. Why should I do? You get it. You understand it, and you give us hope. And I'm sure you've been a big help.
She's a huge help.
So when you losing her, and how are you gonna make up? So you're gonna hire her then?
I hope to.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
That is
fantastic.
Look at me, right? You're not leaving me.
Yep. I graduate in December.
Yeah.
I'm on track to graduate from Wright State in December, and this is kind of just me getting acclimated while I finish up my college classes and hopefully make a smooth transition when I graduate.
So how does someone join the chamber?
Well, we have, you can meet with us. We've got new member packets we can give you.
Yes.
And then we have dues, and there's different levels based on what you need.
Okay.
But anything you need out of us, we are happy to do for you. We have our emails are always open. Our phones are always open. we are here for the businesses in Lebanon, and we want to see the businesses thrive.
Yeah.
So any needs that they have, they can come to us for. And then I know one thing too is during COVID, when everyone was struggling, we supported all businesses in Lebanon. We wanted to see everyone make it through. That's what everyone, we were just trying to help each other out, just trying to get through it. But I would say that we are here for the businesses, and anything that they need, we are here to make it happen for them.
Well said.
She did good.
Good ambassador for the chamber.
She did really good.
Before we go, is there anything else we need to know about the chamber? What's going on?
We've got the horse parade coming up in
We do
a
have
few
the
short
horse
months.
parade, just in a couple of months. A lot of people have asked about the Meet the Candidates. We will have an opportunity for the candidates. We're in the process of working on that. And so we will have obviously more information soon. We're looking at the first week of October, one of those days. You know, the logistics of having that many candidates is going to be interesting to kind of work through. So, but yes, we are going to offer an opportunity for all the candidates to have a chance to give their
and this third Friday, it's the 20th?
20th.
20th. Don't miss it. 2 bands, okay, not just one. Get out there, bring your fam. Can you bring a pet?
Yeah,
Is it pet
absolutely.
friendly, pet friendly, family friendly? Get out there. Angie, thank you so much. Maddie, good seeing you. We'll return to talk about Envision Lebanon right after this break.
Both my legs were amputated due to an IED. It's when you start to try to get back into like an everyday life. I absolutely felt like I lost some of my purpose. There must be something more. When DAV came into my life, they gave me a new mission. I could still be a productive member of society, could still support a family.
The DAV gave him that sense of structure and purpose again to get his life back together.
Visit DAV.org to learn more about our mission.
Me and my boy Matt had it good. He had catnip that was off the hook. But one day, he brings a girl home, and she's allergic to cats. Every sneeze was a nail in my coffin. Now I'm in a shelter. It's decent, but they don't even have Wi-Fi.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it, first impression, my way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Welcome back to the City Show. The last time we saw Greg Orosz, you and I were standing outside on Neil Armstrong Boulevard in front of Traditions, talking about that. It was a hot, sweltery day, like using sweltery occasionally. And that was when it was just breaking ground. Now you're the city's planner, and since then you've been working with a group of citizens to draft the next comprehensive plan for the city of Lebanon. You're going to explain all of that and tell us about an opportunity to get a look at the plan before it's finalized. That's exciting. Welcome back, Greg.
Yeah, it's definitely an exciting process.
So comprehensive plan, something new for the city. Can you tell us a little bit about that? I imagine this is a new, so tell us about the newness. What's new?
Correct. So we originally done a 2009 comprehensive plan, and there's been other comprehensive plans throughout the city's history. And then recently, the Parks Master Plan was just completed, so that's a good reference point. And then there was a downtown master plan completed as well. So they're definitely used by the city and implemented, and that's how you see a lot of these projects throughout the city.
Let me back up.
Start.
What is a comprehensive plan?
So a comprehensive plan is like a major policy document that guides the future growth of the city.
Okay.
So it deals with land use
Yeah.
from commercial, industrial, residential, housing is involved in it as well. It also talks about our natural resources, what should be done or what shouldn't be done with those, as well as like quality of life issues.
Now, is it designed to be followed chapter and verse, or do you have some flexibility, or are you real rigid with the plan?
It's a little bit of A and B.
Okay.
So there's certain portions that we do kind of want to follow and try to implement, and certain actions that it would be great to verbatim get those in. And then there's also a little bit of flexibility that it serves as a guide. So it is a far-ranging document that you use to make future policy decisions.
Okay.
Zoning is one of them, budgeting on what capital projects that you would want to invest in. Or if someone is interested in having a business in the city, does it fit within that character of the city and within the comprehensive plan guide and goals?
Now, I love what you guys have done with the bump outs, the way you're tying everything together with the bike path. It seems like you might have some idea of how do you attract the millennials, because it seems like millennials like to be living in the downtown. We're doing things like that. So has that kind of crafted some of the thoughts
yeah, exactly.
for the future?
Yeah, so that's a good representation of ideas that were in the downtown master plan and laid out almost line by line. And then we go through that and we check off the boxes and try to implement as many of those as possible. So we already have the natural advantage of our history, and kind of the architectural layout of the city lends itself to a lot of these projects and lends itself to that kind of investment and folks coming into the city and enjoying those qualities that we have.
How are you going to keep it small? I mean, how do you still maintain that small home feel? Because man, we're growing. You know, we were talking earlier about up on 63, these developments, but yet, man, the downtown area is just protected and like a bubble, and that's not an accident, is it? You guys, that's part of the plan?
Yes, I mean, the downtown is always the first in any of these as a anchor.
Yeah.
We also have architectural review overlay district with that, so certain things that happen downtown need to fit within the downtown character and reviewed by staff and planning commission before they go through. Keeping that charm as well is a big portion of the plan, and not to overgrow, and that growth that is added to the city is a benefit to the city. So, and that's keeping though within the expectations of landowners who, if it's zoned a commercial use or zoned a residential use, they do have the full use of their property. And so it's a balance of property rights while also tweaking it so that whatever development comes in does fit within our ideal vision of Lebanon.
Now you got a date coming up, August 26th. There's an event to publicly release the draft of the plan. Where and when is that going to take place?
Yeah, so that's August 26th, and that's at 6 o'clock, and that'll be at Bicentennial Park, or where the gazebo is, and a lot of the events that we have downtown on Mulberry. So it will be actually positioned just behind the gazebo, normally where the beer is sold or that the beer garden is located. We'll have a tent there, and that's where we'll have the event.
And are the plans going to be up and available?
Yeah, correct.
For
so we'll
have
boards, like multiple 20 or so boards that not only visually show the plan, but also show like action items. And then people will really be able to give their input, provide details, and provide what they would like to see, and let us know if we're missing something or we're heading in the wrong direction.
Did you get some good thoughts from the folks in town? Or I mean, the fact that you're even opening your ear to that, I think that's amazing. But what do we know? I mean, you guys are the experts, right?
For city planning, that's what they always teach you. We're the conduit, literally. So the citizens' ideas are supposed to be channeled through us just more as a staff and administration level. So what I've always found is people do have great ideas, and there's different perspectives. So a lot of times it's a matter of finding the collection of a group, because you do have some people who have this idea and this idea, and they don't necessarily mesh, but finding that middle ground, I think, is where staff comes
do you have to be invited to this, or can anybody come?
Yeah, it's open to the public, so yeah, feel free to show up there at 6 o'clock.
And I imagine you and some other people are going to be there to answer some questions for folks.
Yeah, correct. So staff will be there. We have consultants on the job as well, so they'll be there to answer any questions, and we'd love to talk to folks.
And this is going to be on a hot, sweltery, that's twice in one show. How are you going to incentivize people to come out to in that heat? You're going to have ice cream or something, or some other kind of
so we're going to be lucky, and it's going to be just a beautiful night there, so we won't have to worry about it. But we have a big tent set up in the back to provide shade. Village Parlor will be providing free ice cream for the event, so come out and get some ice cream. And what's nice, it happens to correspond with the weekly Rotary concert series. So they're having a bluegrass band that will come on right as we're finishing up. So
I'd expect to have great planning for that date, since you guys are planners. So
well
done. What's the timeline for finalizing this comprehensive plan?
So we'll take the final thoughts that folks have on the plan, work with the consultant, and then add some additional details, and probably wrap that up around September to be ready to go to Planning Commission for their review in October. And then after Planning Commission gives their recommendation, it'll move on to Council, which could be more November or a little bit later, just depending on the speed of things.
And if people can't make it to that event, is there some other way they can get a look at the document?
Yeah, if you look up on Google or just put in envisionlebanon.com, or if you look on our planning website, when we get a little closer to it being finalized and not in such a rough draft form, because right now we're focusing on the visuals and building the plan, we will have it posted on our city's website.
So do you look to other cities to get some ideas in other states? Or, I mean, who's involved in this planning? Is this just your ideas? How many people are involved in this planning?
It's a collection. So we have a consultant, which is Planning Next out of Columbus. They also did the Think Downtown plan that we've been using. And then we have at least 3 staff that are constantly reviewing it and looking at it, and they have another staff of at least 3 to 4 folks that are working on this as well.
And does the plan envision any major changes in how the city's run or how it grows?
Yeah, so it won't necessarily impact how the city is run or any of the structure of the city charter, but it will definitely guide how the city grows into the future. So it's definitely going to promote keeping that Lebanon charm that we talk about, expanding that Lebanon charm through our other retail areas and other districts that we have, maybe out East Main Street, to get that downtown feel a little bit by just adding a little bit of those elements that make Lebanon unique. And then also we've had area plans for Columbus Avenue and had stakeholder discussions on that, Miller Road as well, and then the I-71 State Route 48 interchange, that open land that's there.
A lot of things in the future. I look back on your growth and where you started and all the things you've been exposed to. I mean, you're equipped. Has all that other stuff, Main Street Lebanon, and the other things that you did in your passion of doing work in yards and things like that, has that helped form you into a better fit for this job?
Yeah, correct. We were talking earlier, I was on Main Street Lebanon. I was the president of Main Street Lebanon for 4 years, and that was a while ago, 3 or 4 years ago. So very familiar with the community. I've been on the Building and Grounds Committee with the Y. So if you notice the landscape changes that occurred over the Y, over the number of years, those were volunteer groups that I would lead with Mike Carroll at the time to slowly change the Y. So very familiar with it. It definitely helped to have a little bit of design involved in this. Obviously there's the basic logistics of zoning, but having that design allows you to add a little bit of that touch and make that charm of Lebanon even greater.
That's neat. Yeah, it looks like you're having fun with that too and using all your skills. Is there Is there anything else that we need to know as far as the recap date and the time for Envision Lebanon? What is that date again?
So once again, it's August 26th,
okay.
6 o'clock at Bicentennial Park, or the gazebo, as people say on Mulberry. So definitely try to join us.
Nice.
Get out there and give us your thoughts and let us know what we did right and what we did wrong.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate all the time that you guys have to spend, and it's looking great. We have a great town, and you're one of the many people to thank for that. So thank you, Greg. I appreciate that. Catch Envision, find out what's going on, and share your thoughts with Greg and the rest of his crew. Stay tuned. We'll be back to wrap up this show right after this break.
Everywhere that we go, he makes people laugh and makes people smile, and I feel like I have that quality.
He's the one who always takes me fishing.
I watch golf with him. And
I watch him cook, because when I grow up, I want to be a cook too.
We have the same faces like this.
Dad is the one, when you fall, that picks you up.
That unconditional sense of presence and reassurance is really what makes him my father.
You made this vacation happen, cleverly merging promotions.
Double points with every purchase.
And cross-referencing travel sites. Aloha! If you can ace your vacation, you can do it for retirement. Get on track with tips at aceyourretirement.org.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Hey, before we close the show, we want to let you know that the Lebanon Theater Company will be presenting Sunset Duets on Saturday, August 21st at 7 p.m. in the gazebo at Bicentennial Park. Casey Lovejoy and David Shockey will sing, and Jared Adamson will provide the accompaniment in the evening of songs that will surely warm your heart. This event's free and open to everyone. Bring a chair or blanket for your seating. And don't forget, third Friday on August 20th with the Catalina Wine Mixer Band and Envision Lebanon on August 26th. Well, that's our show for this week. Thanks for watching. We'll be back to kick off the fall and look at Apple Fest on the 1st of September. Goodbye.